World Problems, Part 2. In this module, you will learn about the global problem of terrorism and the Naxal movement in India. Terrorism is a major problem the world is facing today. When an individual or a group wages war to make people apprehensive by their acts of fear, it is called terrorism. The terrorists declare themselves as freedom fighters, jihadists, separatists, revolutionaries, God soldiers, fayyads, mujahideens or guerrillas. Asian countries like Nepal, Pakistan, India, Afghanistan and Sri Lanka face the menace of terrorism, along with America and England. Some of the Asian terrorist organizations include the Khalistan-type terrorism of Punjab, 1980, LTTE terrorist outfit of Sri Lanka, extremist terrorism of Kashmir, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, based in Pakistan, Naxalite movements of Bengal, Bihar, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, Ulfa terrorism in Assam, Taliban in Afghanistan. India is facing terrorism both internally as well as externally. The major terrorist acts which occurred in the last 15 years in India include the serial bomb blasts in Mumbai in March 1993, the attack on the Parliament building in New Delhi in December 2001, the attack on the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in December 2005, the twin explosions and the attack in Taj Hotel in Mumbai in November 2008, the attack in Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore in April 2010, the attack on the Bodh Gaya Temple in July 2013. Many leaders and civilians have lost their lives in the brutal acts of terrorism. These include the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, the officer on duty Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan of the Indian Army, and the Maharashtra police officer Karkare. The state and the central governments have established anti-terrorism squads to suppress terrorist activities. Some of the causes of terrorism include economic differences, political differences, religious differences, communal differences, linguistic differences, and dogmatic differences. Terrorism spreads fear and fanaticism through violence. Terrorism destroys peace, which is essential for the progress of democracy. Terrorism affects the political and economic stability of the nation. The Naxal movement, which began in 1967, was fueled by the ideologies of the Communist Party of India, Marxist-Leninist. This communist movement, which started as a peasant uprising in Naxalbari in West Bengal, spread to more than 13 states across Central and South India. The Naxalites belonged mainly to the peasant and tribal groups including sharecroppers, landless laborers, who bore the brunt of the social oppression. These classes were led by the revolutionary group of Communist Party of India, Maoists. This movement drew attention to the issues of land rights of the tribal farmers and poor tenants. The Naxals have taken up armed struggles and many organized acts of violence against the government, and in turn have killed numerous politicians, police officers, and innocent civilians over the past 5 decades. The main reasons of Naxal activities are poverty, unemployment, arrogance of the rich, negligence of politicians, and entry of multinational companies. The Naxal movement has attracted educated youth, including girls, as part of their mobilization plan. The government has declared Naxalism as one of the greatest threats to the nation's internal security. Chikmagalur, Udupi, South Kannada, and Kodagu have become centers of Naxal activities in Karnataka. The Home Department of Karnataka has devised a new plan to suppress the Naxal movement. Also, certain training and employment schemes have been started exclusively for the youth and girls of the Malnad region to prevent them from joining such organizations. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on terrorism and the Naxal movement.